speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, Trump administration threatens no back pay for federal workers in shutdown. President Donald Trump's administration warned on Tuesday of no guaranteed back pay for federal workers during a government shutdown, reversing what has long been standing policy for some 750,000 furloughed employees, according to a memo being circulated by the White House. Trump signed into law after the longest government shutdown in 2019 legislation to ensure federal workers receive back pay during a federal funding lapse. But in the new memo, his Office of Management and Budget says back pay must be provided by Congress if it chooses to do so as part of any bill to fund the government. The move by the Republican administration is widely seen as a strong arm tactic, a way to pressure lawmakers to reopen the government now in the 7th day of shutdown. There are so many people that don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way, Trump said during an event at the White House. He said payback depends on who we're talking about. Asking a second time about back pay for furloughed federal workers, given that the requirement is spelled out in the law, Trump said, I follow the law and what the law says is correct. Refusing retroactive pay to workers, some of whom must remain on the job as essential employees, would be a stark departure from norms and practices and almost certainly would be met with legal action.
That's crazy talk, man. I got friends of mine right now who they're making go to work.
Same.
We live in a place where there's we have a lot more DOD workers and things of that nature right around us.
It's the biggest employer where we live at.
And so when you think about something like that, you're being made to go to work. You look at there's even airline people right now who are calling off work sick right now. You know what I mean? Due to this. And there's also I think there's some air traffic control.
All funded by the same. You have the air traffic control, all this stuff.
There's a place that has no air traffic control people for one day, like this week or something, because if it's me, man, how are you gonna make some money? Go to work. Just go to work and work and not be told not being told if they're gonna get paid or not. That's crazy.
And the president comes out saying, hey, we might not pay you for what you did. Like, I don't go to let my check come a day late. I'll be like, I ain't coming in yet. You got No, sir. No. My ancestors did that. I do not, sir. I don't work for free. This is
crazy,
not crazy,
man. That is crazy.
I'll stand there and wait for my paycheck. Like,
that is crazy, man.
I'm like, I don't.
I'm gonna tell you like this right now, man. It's just sad to hear that from people that that they're going through stuff like that. Being in a situation where you just don't know if it's going to come to you or not. You're just basically getting up and going to work. What if you down bad? What if you down bad?
Hey, a lot of people, even though they make pretty good, decent money, a lot of people are still living check to check. You know what I'm saying? So you're waiting on the thing about you get paid on the 1st and the 15th, and we've been shut. They probably got that last check, but now you're kind of stressing, like, hey, now you got to call the phone company, like, hey, I might not have this. You got to call the electric company. You know how embarrassing that is? And now they have it digital now. It's like I had to put mine 2 days ahead for my phone. And they were like, do you need to change because usually you have to talk to somebody, but I haven't done it in like years. So when I finally did, they're like, what date do you, or it was, I could do it on my phone. What day do you want to move it up to? I was like, oh, just the 20th. And they're like, okay, nothing crazy. But yeah, the longer it goes on, and think about it, I'll be damned if I go to work. You talking about I ain't getting paid. I'm gonna stand at the gate.
Remember the last one they said went 34 days or something like that. The longest went 34 days. I remember that. I knew somebody who worked in the for the government at that point in time. They didn't get paid or nothing for those days. They got back pay afterward, but it was all bad during that time. It was,
and now they're saying he's trying to storm around like you might not get back pay. He's hoping everybody will just pass the bill. Like, nah, bro. Like, that's the sad state of affairs that we're in right now, bro. We have an incompetent person. We have an incompetent, sensitive little baby bitch ass person in the White House. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you shouldn't be talking bad about me. I'll get you shut down. You better do this.
To attack the citizens of the United States of America.
Of course.
Over and it's crazy, man. That's who he'll go after.
Because he'd rather protect a handful of child aping men, basically.
And on top of that, he'd rather make sure that people around him are enriched by what he does. He doesn't care what happens to you. That's the biggest thing. He doesn't care about you or what happens to you. He's willing to say, you know what? Put tariffs on the soybeans because he don't care about the farmer who loses his farm to this other big farmer who may take his own life because he can't pay his bills. He's not used to that. You can't think about that. Paying his bills is paying some bank who he owes money to. He can just file bankruptcy for. It's not about paying the bill to keep the lights on and feed your kid for the day. He's not worried about that. So he doesn't even know who you are, what you're going through as far as, hey, knowing who you are as far as your struggle, your strife, the strife that you have to go through in everyday life. He doesn't get that. So, I mean, let's just be real here, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's all about him and his power trip. It's like he don't care who's getting stepped on as long as they make their money. You know, he's like, oh, we're sending troops up to blue states. There are red people up there. You can't even look at the states these days as blue and red states. Yes, there's the blue might vote more and the red might vote, but it's a mixed bag everywhere you live, and you're just terrorizing people just to do it.
I mean, at the end of the day, he looks at this as I mean, he thinks of it as blue and red and all that. And people individually, they kind of think of themselves as like there's something over the top of their head. Maybe it's a Trump flag or whatever it is. It's going to keep something from happening to them. But you're all a part of the same mishmash that we're a part of. So you think you think when a bullet flies is going to know, oh, I'm coming after Wesley. You know what I mean? He's a Democrat. We're going to go after him. No, it can hit anybody. Bullets don't have no name. At the end of the day, if something happens to me, something happens to your kid, you're going to feel messed up about it because you're not looking at this government for what it is, man. This is this is a takeover, man.
I wonder how the blacks and the Mexicans for Trump feel. Like, do they sit there and cry about that? Like, damn, what did I do? They probably don't even care. Like, they, you know, there's some people that won't even admit to what they've done. But I'm just like, I'm thinking about that now. Like, damn, bro, like you was a gung ho. I got a guy on my page right now. He was gung ho. Only Trump can fix this. Now he's all, oh, we got to get rid of this, dude. I'm like, no, bro. I want to call you out, but I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
call him out, man. Call him out with this, man. Tell him.
Like, bro, you was all up on his nuts, and now you seeing what he's doing. Like, damn, oh man, you know, we got to get rid of this and move. I'm like, nah, bro, you helped bring this in. This is what some of y'all wanted. Look at these farmers about to get a bailout. They might get a bailout. So you like socialism now, right?
Mm-hmm. It's crazy, man. Because I had a guy on my page here talking about, like, I want to go out and answer him because he wasn't on it was his page, and I said something on his page. I want to go answer him, but I don't really want to even waste my time.
I don't want to argue because people want to argue days later. They want to it's 2 days later now. They want to bring up the argument. I'm like, I'm over that.
Look, so he says on this thing, we don't want this socialist. No, sir. I mean, you live in a red state, man, an agricultural red state at that. Don't get me wrong. They have a good governance in that state. They're good. But at the same time, though, you think subsidies aren't what's keeping you guys in the black? You think that, you know, the huge government subsidies helping out farmers and putting subsidies on all your crops aren't what's keeping you guys fed, or immigrants aren't what's keeping you guys good? Don't get it twisted around here. You are so much socialist. It's crazy. You are the biggest socialist that there are. You're bigger than welfare. You know what I mean? So
you see the one farmer come out. He's like, I thought when they got rid of all the migrant Mexicans, the blacks were going to come work in the fields, but they didn't. Now my crops are gone.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said that because that's what they told him. Remember Trump said, he's like, we're going to get all the urban people to come out here and work. That was the plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
I didn't hear that. I gotta see that one. That was crazy. Oh, that is crazy work right there. As the youngsters say, that's crazy work for him to say something like that. That's a cold one. I thought the blacks. I gotta see that. You got to show me that.
Hey, listen, remember, you got it. Quoted that one time. He said the urban.
No, I remember. I'm talking about the farmer. You said a farmer said this.
A farmer said it. Yeah.
This is crazy work, man. Hey, have you guys ever thought that any of us or any black people are going back to work in your fields ever again in life? You are crazy. That's not ever going to happen, brother. Only fields I'd ever work in will be my own. You know what I mean? What is you talking about? That's just, but that's part of life, man. People tend to say crazy stuff, but listen,